got buy or sell coming up in about 10 minutes from now. Welcome back into the lunch break here on KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert with you. Ryne Nelson, fabulous once again last night for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Has made 3 starts now this season. He's thrown 16 innings, has allowed 10 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 walks, 8 strikeouts. Has a 1.68 ERA and a whip under 1 at .93. The 3 teams that he has started against for those 3 starts, the Mets in place of Corbin Burns, and then the last 2 starts against the Dodgers and the Pirates in place of an injured Eduardo Rodriguez. So yes, you could tell me that he threw 6 2/3 scoreless against the Pirates, and I shouldn't make a big deal out of it. But what are you going to say about the start that he had against the Dodgers and the start that he had against the Mets? And the Dodgers start, we highlighted it at the time. It was a week removed from Eduardo Rodriguez's start against the Dodgers. That was the dreaded 14-11 game where the Diamondbacks gave up 6 runs in the 9th inning and blew a 3-run lead. So the next time out against the Dodgers, Ryne Nelson was in place of Eduardo Rodriguez, and it was night and day. A sub-2 ERA in 3 starts against the Dodgers, the Mets, and the Pirates. Shout out. I think it's our favorite Twitter page.
Has to be.
I mean, we reference it so many times on the show because the job...
At least 3 times a week.
The job that this account does is incredible. D-back, stats, and info. Eduardo Rodriguez, the last time he had a 3-start stretch where he allowed 3 earned runs or fewer. So exactly what Ryne Nelson just did over his 3 starts was April 29th, May 4th, and May 10th of 2023 when he was still in Detroit with the Tigers. He allowed 1 earned run in 3 starts at the end of April, beginning of May in 2023 with the Tigers. So over 2 years ago was the last time that Eduardo Rodriguez had a 3-start stretch that is even close to mirroring what Ryne Nelson just did for the Diamondbacks. And Torey Lovullo was leaving it open before the game about what they were going to do with Eduardo Rodriguez when he comes back, and not really saying that it's Ryne Nelson's spot. And then afterwards saying that it looks like Nelson's probably going to get one more turn through while they see what's going on with Eduardo Rodriguez. Let me make something very clear. Sports Talk Radio is about takes, about hot takes. I try to not do that. I try to just give you my opinion, and hopefully it's rooted in some level of common sense. And this one is rooted in a ton of common sense. Eduardo Rodriguez does not deserve his rotation spot back. This spot belongs to Ryne Nelson. If this franchise wants us to take their season seriously, if they want us to think that this team still has the goals and aspirations of being not just a playoff team, but a team that can make a run when they get to the playoffs, Eduardo Rodriguez cannot come back and replace Ryne Nelson. What message are you sending to the rest of your team? What message are you sending to Ryne Nelson? What more does Ryne Nelson have to do to prove to you that he is the better starting pitcher between the 2 guys? Eduardo Rodriguez has thrown 94 2/3 innings with the Diamondbacks over these 2 seasons. He has a 5.99 ERA. How much more do you need to see? Because I saw the second half last year by Ryne Nelson. I've seen the 3 starts this year from Ryne Nelson. I watched last night from Ryne Nelson. Have you seen anything from Eduardo Rodriguez this season that is even close to what we saw last night from Ryne Nelson? Anything in the same zip code as what we saw last night from Ryne Nelson? Oh, but he's had some bad luck. Ryne Nelson is definitively the better pitcher. Definitively gives the Diamondbacks a better chance to win. And here is what to me is the deciding factor in all of this. You right now have a bullpen that is a clown car. It is a circus every night. A 5-0 win. You started to hear the circus music play in the 8th inning last night. If you want to win baseball games, one way that you can mask a bullpen that isn't very good is you have starters who go deep into a game. You have starters that throw up a bunch of zeros. You have a starter that goes 6 2/3 and doesn't allow a run. Eduardo Rodriguez isn't doing that. Eduardo Rodriguez isn't making it easy on your bullpen. Ryne Nelson is. Ryne Nelson makes it easy on Torey Lovullo to deploy his bullpen. Eduardo Rodriguez makes it difficult for Torey Lovullo to deploy his bullpen, and it is a bullpen that you really don't want to be deploying a whole lot right now. So Ryne Nelson is the better pitcher statistically. Ryne Nelson is the better pitcher in terms of the length that he gives you. He's the better pitcher when you consider the struggles that this team has right now with their bullpen. He gives you a better chance to win. Somebody has to give me one good reason why Eduardo Rodriguez should get his spot back. I'm sorry. He doesn't deserve the spot when he comes back from this injury. That spot now belongs to Ryne Nelson. We were already talking about it before Nelson made these two starts, that Erod was on thin ice. We were giving him maybe 2 more starts before we were going to have a serious conversation about whether or not they needed to make a change. And at the time, it was tough. You didn't have Justin Martinez, your bullpen, again, clown car. So Ryne Nelson, was he better suited to be a reliever for you, a multi-inning guy that could be a 7th and 8th guy, give you 6 outs instead of your relievers that are only giving you 3 outs? The injury happened. Nelson slots in, and he's faced the Dodgers and the Pirates in the 2 starts since. And he has, this is more important than anything else, he hasn't just been good. He's been great. He has made you honestly go, why hasn't he been in the rotation the entire season? I need somebody that is on that side to convince me why Erod deserves this spot back, because he doesn't. This spot, not just in pen, in Sharpie, should have Ryne Nelson's name on it.
I don't know. In my head, I'm trying to go back to spring training and be like, where did they see it? Because in all of their outings, I haven't seen Eduardo Rodriguez look as confident, or as a fan, as a viewer, I have never felt as confident in Eduardo Rodriguez as I do in Ryne Nelson right now, or every time he heads to the mound.
Before the season in spring training, if you wanted the tiebreaker to be you're paying Eduardo Rodriguez a lot of money and it's year 2 of his contract and you want to see if he's able to work through it, I don't love it, but I can understand it in the spring. Now the wins and the losses matter. It's now about to be June, and this is a 500 baseball team right now. I can't afford to try to fix Eduardo Rodriguez. And we're going to talk a little bit later on about what they do with Erod if Ryne Nelson keeps this spot. And I have to put if on it because I don't know what they're going to do. I know what they should do. They should make this Ryne Nelson spot, because unless there's an injury, there is zero reason why Ryne Nelson should be removed from this spot. This isn't Corbin Burns coming back from the injured list. This isn't Merrill Kelly. This isn't Zach Allen. Let's use the team they're playing. This isn't Paul Skeens coming back. This isn't a bona fide Cy Young candidate that's returning from the IL. And, oh, yeah, you're a placeholder. No. When Ryne Nelson took over the spot, everybody knew, man, if he pitches really well, this is going to create a bit of a controversy. Guess what? Here we are. The controversy is in full swing, and it shouldn't even be a controversy. This spot belongs to Ryne Nelson, especially if he's got more starts like last night in the tank, because I don't think Erod has starts like that in his tank anymore.